Although the protagonist didn't report Byum-suk, the incident reached the ears of the congressman, who quickly assigned his men the task of finding a school abroad for him. In the ensuing days, Soo-ho knew something had happened. Since his birthday, he hadn't heard anything from his best friend. Not only had Byum-suk stopped attending school, something that never happened before, but he also disappeared from classes entirely. Seeking answers, Soo-ho began to follow Byum-suk's new group of friends. It didn't take long before the boys let slip what had occurred. Shortly after, Soo-ho went to see Yang-ai, who asked him to leave the whole ordeal alone, especially since that's what Si-eun wanted as well. Still, Soo-ho's next stop was his best friend. When it came to the protagonist, Soo-ho pretended not to know anything about the incident and didn't question Si-eun's injuries. He simply greeted him and asked if he would be taking the final exams at school the following day. Then, he quickly said goodbye and left. Meanwhile, Byum-suk was suffering punishment at the hands of his father for what he had done to his friend. Still, it didn't seem like the boy felt anything that would make him change his ways. Before boarding the plane to leave for another country, Soo-ho asked to meet with him again. And once more, Byum-suk called the same people who had already hurt Si-eun. Regarding the fight, the scenes were brutal and very well made, so intense that there were moments when I couldn't watch the screen. Soo-ho practically defeated Woo-young on his own, but when the other boys began to interfere and knocked him to the ground, Byum-suk took the opportunity to invite them into the ring. In a cowardly act, they ganged up on Soo-ho, who tried to protect himself until he stopped breathing. Once the crime was confirmed, the congressman naturally ensured none of it leaked to the public, with his men taking care of everything. But Soo-ho's life would never go back to the way it was before, and let me tell you, I cried a lot during this scene. The story told to the protagonist and Soo-ho's family was that he had been working out with his friends, the same ones he didn't even get along with, and that he simply collapsed. Of course, the protagonist didn't believe a single word of it. He ran to the hospital where Soo-ho was being treated. But Soo-ho would never wake up again. Seeing his friend relying on machines to survive, with his grandmother by his side, gave Si-eun the strength to seek revenge. Yang-bin was the first name on his list. The boy even handed over a crucial piece of evidence to the protagonist, a video placing everyone at the crime scene. Next, Si-eun visited Woo-young. During this confrontation, the protagonist sustained serious injuries. However, Woo-young was left in such a state that he might never walk again. Afterward, Si-eun's former classmates received the punishment they deserved. When he finally confronted Byum-suk, Si-eun reminded him how he had begged him to leave them alone and questioned why he had done all of this. But even Byum-suk didn't know why he had gone so far, that was the only answer he could give. In the end, Byum-suk went abroad to study. Yang-ai took the blame for everything and later disappeared, though she occasionally visits Soo-ho and his family. The congressman wanted to send the protagonist to a reform school. However, thanks to the video Si-eun obtained, the only consequence was that he had to transfer schools. Even that proved difficult, as the congressman made sure no institution in the city would accept him. The protagonist's new school was far inferior compared to his old one. As soon as he arrived, the cycle began again, a specific group started bothering him. But will Si-eun let it slide this time? What did you think of this season? I hope you enjoyed the recap. Leave your suggestions in the comments and subscribe to the channel. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and share it to support me. See you next time.